Welcome to Tech Talk Simplified. I'm Wally Gustafson. I lead the innovation team at Reach USA. Today's question is, what is Elasticsearch? Well, by definition, Elasticsearch is a distributed, open source, lightning fast search and analytics engine. But this is called Tech Talk Simplified. So simply put, Elasticsearch is really nothing more than Google for work. It's a search engine. You ask a question, retrieve an answer in a lightning fast manner. One of the most common uses for Elasticsearch is the search function on an e-commerce website. So if you type into a website 2-inch copper pipe and it returns images of 2-inch copper pipe, there's a chance that that system is using Elasticsearch. Another way you might come across Elasticsearch is if your company has an intranet site, maybe a chat feature attached to it. You just found out you're on jury duty and you want to know, do I get paid while I'm on jury duty? You type that question into the chatbot and it returns all the documents about the company's policies around jury duty. You might have noticed that I keep saying there's a chance that it was powered by Elasticsearch. So why do you think I was saying that? Because Elasticsearch can only return information that's been stored in Elasticsearch by your organization. So if no information was ever put into the system about jury duty, nothing will be returned. And that's the way Elasticsearch is not like Google. Google scrapes the entire internet. Elasticsearch can only retrieve the information that's been stored in Elasticsearch. Let's take a few minutes to talk about some of the other terms I mentioned at the beginning of the talk. Let's start with open source. Open source means free. The code can be used by anyone for any application at absolutely no cost. I mentioned speed at the beginning of the talk. There are two primary components that make Elasticsearch lightning fast. First, Elasticsearch is distributed. Second, Elasticsearch uses what's called an inverted index. So what does it mean to be distributed? Let's start with a really simple analogy. You have a super heavy wooden table in your home and you want to move it from one side of the house to the other. You know a really strong person, they say they can do it themselves. They can, but it takes them a while to get that table moved. In the other scenario, you call up 5 friends and the 6 of you pick up that table and move it across the house in lightning fast speed. The group moved the table quickly because the weight was distributed among the 6 of you. So how do we apply that analogy to computing power? Well, there's 2 ways you can increase computing power, vertically and horizontally. Vertically means you're going to increase the computing power of a single system. Or from our analogy, you're going to find a way to make that one individual much stronger so they can move the table faster. Horizontally means you're going to add computers to the system, just like those 6 people, which is also known as distributed. Speed is also delivered by the inverted index. The inverted index is simply how Elasticsearch organizes data. It lists every unique word that appears in any document, and then identifies all the documents that each word occurs in. Now, if you were looking for information and only had 5 documents to sift through, you could do it on your own. But if your company stores 1 billion documents in Elasticsearch, that's not something you can do on your own, but it is something that Elasticsearch can handle for you. So if there are only 4 documents about jury duty out of 1 billion, Elasticsearch will find them and return them to you in lightning fast speed. So let's recap. Elasticsearch is Google for work. Open source means free. Distributed means adding computers to the system horizontally. And the inverted index is how Elasticsearch organizes data. And that's it. You're a pseudo Elasticsearch expert. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.